Welcome to NFL World and NFL Starts and Ends. I'm your host, Jacob. And the Cowboys reward one of their own finally with signing DeRon Bland. DeRon Bland signed a 4-year deal, $92 million, but that's not exactly accurate. What's more accurate is it's 4-year deal, $90 million with $2 million in incentives. So he's making roughly around $23.5 million, give or take. The guaranteed million is 50. The signing bonus is 22 million. So that's how the contract is structured. Makes him one of the highest paid corners, which is what he wanted. But also it's going to be a question of what position was he going to play? Because DeRon Bland, if he was playing nickel corner, which is what he's going to be doing, because that's how when the Cowboys released their week 1 depth chart, DeRon Bland was listed as a nickel corner. They did that more or less, but the question became, was he going to be paid like an outside corner? Which he was. Because there is a big difference. Had they paid him as a nickel, he would have been making, I think it was close to $8 million, $10 million less than as an outside corner. And he's like, I'll play wherever they want me to play, but I just want to know, like, is this going to affect? Which it would have. But since they paid him like an outside corner, that's supposed to be some good faith there. Now, again, the question does have to be asked. Why did this happen after the Micah Parsons situation? Because it had nothing to do with Micah. So why wait so long? Well, similar to the Micah deal, when you get a deal done early, you can save a little bit of money. Micah would have been 18, but Daron was like 4 or 5 million. So it doesn't save you a lot, but it's a little bit. Dependent on how they structure the contract, and the Cowboys are really good at this, structuring the contract so where they don't give up a lot of money in the first year. That's what they do. They do a very good job at it. Or they limit the dead money. That's what they do. They find a way to limit the dead money near the end. He was not the only guy, though, to get paid. Hunter Lipke, the fullback, also was paid. He was paid Wednesday morning. 2-year contract extension. He was a restricted free agent anyway after the year. So it doesn't really matter. So it's a 3-year contract. It's worth up to $7.5 million. I have a very quick story about Hunter Lipke and actually how I first saw him. So I was talking with my late grandfather before he was still alive. He was in the nursing home, and we were in his room, and we were talking, and he had a game on. And it was North Dakota State versus, I believe it was the University of North Dakota, I guess. I'm not 100% certain, but it was a bowl game. And I just saw this guy who was playing running back / fullback, and he would have 2 carries in a row, and then on the next play he'd go out for a pass and he'd catch the ball and pick up a first down. And then this was like a 6 or 7 play drive, and he might have had an impact in the game, probably 5 of those plays, of those 8 plays. And then on the next drive there was another 12 plays, and he would have an impact on 8 of them. It was just you seeing how he was one of their best players. Did not know at the time that that was Hunter Lipke. So when the Cowboys signed him, and I'm like, who is this guy Lipke? Who is he? And they showed that picture. I was like, oh, that's who it is. But again, with Lipke, like they don't say really anything with Lipke. He was a restricted free agent, so they only save the restricted free agent tenders, which are decently expensive depending on how much you use and what you use. So they got these two deals done. There is still the Tyler Smith contract. No word on if they're going to do the Sam Williams contract. But the Tyler Smith one they're working through, that is also David Mulgeta. So we'll see what happens. They have said though in the past they aren't expecting to do a George Pickens deal, at least this year, because of not just the fact it's David Mulgeta, but because Pickens doesn't want to do a deal right now. So the Cowboys don't want to do it. Pickens don't want to do it. Probably means that they won't do it at this point. Maybe we get in the season and they change their minds. But again, at that point, the Cowboys don't like doing contracts. So we'll see what happens. But DeRon Bland becoming one of the highest paid corners, 4-year deal, officially $92 million, but actually $90 million. And Hunter Lipke, the fullback, 2-year contract extension worth up to $7.5 million. For NFL World, I'm Jacob Hewitt. Out.